We now move ahead to the next step where we support the baby to understand how this world operates. You would think, what is it? The world operates? There's no particular thing in the way the world operates. But now, let me explain you from the baby's point of view. We start with thinking stimulation cards when a baby's age is anywhere between 2 and 6 months. These 3 sets, they're the heart of the program. Rather, I would say they have a miraculous difference in the child's entire personality. For you and me, the world is simple and same. But for young babies, the world is completely different. For them to understand how the world operates is a huge task, which takes enormous potential and energy of theirs. But when we provide this support to the baby, they could understand the world in a better way. Their energy is consumed extremely less in this direction, and the life becomes simple in this area, and they could actually focus on other learning and growing areas of life. Now let me explain what are the confusions, what are the challenges that the child faces at this young age. For a child, a parent would teach that this is an apple. Okay, the child would learn and understand a fruit, something which is a red in color or some similar to this is an apple. But just imagine, she would have this given to a guest and says, please have apple. Now for a child, is this pieces? Something like this is an apple or this is an apple? I cannot see this color here. What's happening? And your other family member would not like to eat the outer skin, and you would give an apple, which is no skin. Now for a child, this is something different, this is something different, and this is totally different. But what is said is apple. For all these three are apple. They look so different. I just don't understand the world. That's what baby's world is. There's so many other things. You take a remote and a mobile. They would be rectangle, but they're different uses. One we use it this way, one we use it that way. One we would put in our pockets, one we would keep it aside. One we would charge, one we would never charge. So many different things. Our clothes get dirty, we put in the washing machine. But when our purse gets dirty, we wipe it with a damn cloth. What's this happening? Why don't we put the purse in the washing machine? If you're seeing a TV, you could see people whose legs are not seen, but they're moving. How can a person move without legs? There are tons and tons of questions that this young babies get. And this is a very tough phase for a child to actually understand or decode each and everything of their life. Thinking stimulation cards are an answer to that. They support the baby in understanding how such things really happen. But there's a challenge. If the child has crossed 7 months of age, the ability to understand the world with this simplicity vanishes away. Rather, I would put it in this way, that the toughest time that the child had were the initial few months. And if you're not giving us support in those phases, then your child's life has already been full of those questions. Then we do not need to show them. We would take your child to the other level. But for those whose babies are not yet 6 months, start with thinking stimulation cards and you would easen out their life. But this is just not about such questions. Thinking stimulation cards also develops the observation skills. There are 2 kinds of observation, selective observation and whole observation. Like you see me as a whole person. You see yourself as a whole person. You can just close your eyes. Please close your eyes and just think of which clothes you're wearing today. What's the color? What's the design of those clothes? Can you actually tell everything the way it is? No. If you're wearing a plain top, it's fine. It's just a simple color. But if there's a design, take my words, you won't be able to share or actually tell accurately what design and what color tone the dress has. Coming this to young babies, they're so particular in the observation that just by seeing the fan the whole day, they know that I'm in my home and I'm at the safe place. They've gone to someone else's home, ceiling would be same, white color. Fan would be almost the same, but they know that this is not my home. The various observations that child would have in this initial days, which over a period of time gets diminished. With thinking stimulation cards, we develop that sharpness, the way it is, and to many more levels for life. Taking it ahead, we also develop the risk-taking ability in the child with this thinking stimulation cards. Now you would feel, why risk-taking? What risk does young babies have? They get everything ready, all food, even their cleaning, bathing, everything is taken care of. What risk do they have in life? They're the most chillest person in the world, isn't it? The fact is something different. Though they are the chillest person when given all the areas that we talked about, but they've got their own risk and their own set of challenges. One of the major risks is, if for a 3-month-old baby who's going to roll over, there's a major risk. If I'm going to roll over and fall, would I be safe or not? When a child starts crawling, there are a lot of things that the child has as a risk. When I'm putting my hand on a floor ahead, would it be safe? Would I get hurt? How do I balance my body? The same goes while sitting and walking around. Just when a child would lift one leg ahead and put that leg in front, there's enormous risk. When we're showing the illusion cards to the baby, the risk-taking ability develops. They are okay and comfortable to fail. Are you aware the major reason behind people who are successful in life? They're the ones who've got no problem with failures. They're okay to fail. They're okay to take risk and move ahead. And that's the kind of ability we develop in the child as young as 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Baby at this young age would actually understand how the world is, how things operate the way they are operating. And this will develop their understanding and maturity for life. The example that I shared, where a child comes and gives jacket to the mother, that's an outcome of thinking stimulation cards. And there are various examples, like a child at the age of 4 years, when she's going to the garden to play and mama's packing her bag in the evening, late night, and she says, "Pacha, your homework is left." And then she tells to her grandfather, "Dadu, we'll go to the garden tomorrow. Let me complete the homework." This kind of things would be unbelievable for us. For us, our education system was such, exams and learning was such, they're full of stress and pressure. But have you ever wondered, a child, very young age, is unstoppable to learn. If a child who's crawling or walking wants to do anything in life, would just do it. Howsoever you stop, this child will never get stopped. But eventually at the age of 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, you see those kids, they're not wanting to learn. Why does this happen? This happens because the curiosity to learn, the hunger to learn was not fed well during those critical days, where the neurological hunger was extremely high. And when a child who's not sleeping with a neurological hunger fulfilled, has craving for learning, has got a little dissatisfaction at the end of the day. And over a period of time, when this dissatisfaction gets added on, that's where the behavior of the child is been seen as a little bit of rebellious or arrogant or harsh, getting angry, throwing things, frustration and irritation. But when the hunger is felt well, you can see that that child is a content child, is a satisfied child. Why? Just not because the neurological hunger is felt, but also while this neurological hunger is felt, this a release of the hormone which supports the body to be calm, and that really impacts the child. Thinking stimulation cards, which is a part of early brain stimulation program, we are the pioneer in the entire globe. This has come out with 2 decades of research on how our brain operates, how thinking happens, and how these young babies learn. We guarantee you that when you use the thinking stimulation cards and the rest of the program, the way it is designed, you rest assured that your child's responsibility for learning is now in their hands. They'll take charge of their life's learning, and you are relaxed from that responsibility ever in life. After that, you've supported your child in developing his or her thinking abilities, the observation skills, and the risk-taking ability. Now we'll move forward to enhance and strengthen the abilities, that's the chem abilities of your child with chem stimulation cards.